The domestic work sector is the invisible backbone of our economy. It is the one place where many adults are able to ensure that their children are looked after, that the needs of sick and elderly family members are looked after while they participate in the economy. The interesting thing about the sector is that it is the one place that we start to see the financial value of the contribution of women in the society. A lot of the time people would say women don't work, but I'm not saying that on a daily basis, from waking up in the morning to preparing children for school, to looking after the sick, looking after the elderly, to making sure that there's food on the table for those who come back from work. That contribution has not been monetized.
A society like South Africa that has very high levels of inequality and very deep gaps in between race and class and society, domestic work is, in some ways, can be a beautiful thread that weaves together people from different places and different backgrounds. And in the intimacy of the home and in a very private space, which is a very different dynamic from working in an office together. And so sometimes that creates for very awkward and uncomfortable situations, but it can also create for very beautiful and empowering experiences for everybody involved. And we find there are domestic workers who are doing incredible things with their lives and their earnings and their families. The key is really professionalization. So it's an interesting sector that has a lot of opportunity, but it has very high levels of exploitation. In order for it to be a profession that provides opportunity, it needs to be formalized. And the government has recognized this because domestic work is covered in the law, it is covered under the unemployment insurance, it is covered under workman's comp. But socially, I think as a society, we have not really taken that to heart. And most of us bring someone in to clean our houses, but we don't think, I'm an employer, I better know what the labor law is, or I better think about HR processes. We've got contracts for every domestic worker and pay slips for every domestic worker. Then we can start to see a shift in the mindset of employers that they are actually accountable to the labor law and they're accountable to the person that they've hired.